About 2 weeks ago, I released my second game, Blast Processed, on Steam, and I've been quite happy with the reception the game has received so far. Thanks to everyone in my Discord server and the game's Steam forums that have reported bugs and other issues they have with the game, as this feedback has been instrumental in improving the new player experience and polishing the rough edges of the level design. While I've been taking it easy with smaller incremental bug fixes and minor features to celebrate releasing another game, now that the bug reports are slowing down, the smaller updates are going to be slowing down as well, as I'm now turning my focus to the first major early access update. My plan is to release one devlog for each major update I make to the game, though the real question is when that first update is coming, and what is going to be coming in between these releases. So I have some updates to give on where this channel and my projects are going in the future, which requires that I take a step back and give some background info. I started working on large personal projects in earnest around the start of the lockdowns in 2020, which resulted in me starting this YouTube channel. While I enjoyed making videos and working on games to some extent, I didn't have the motivation to put all my free time into these projects because I was usually a bit worn down by my other obligations, which mainly took the form of schoolwork. Even during my breaks from school, I would typically end up neglecting working on the channel with the excuse that I was just enjoying my time away from school like anyone else would. This has resulted in my uploads being very sporadic, where I occasionally have bursts of motivation followed by months of silence. But if you've been reading the updates I've been putting up through YouTube and Discord, you may know that I completed my education about a month ago. Of course, this means I'm now at a point where I need to make some important decisions about what I want to do going forward. Before I started this channel, I lacked a lot of direction in my life that might have pointed me towards a fulfilling career that I could pursue after college. But at this point, I think I do have that sense of direction because of all the work I've put into these videos and games over the past 5 years. This channel and all the projects that come along with it are what I want to pursue, including completing the full release of Blast Processed and any other games I may want to make after that. Of course, there are concerns that come along with this, the main one being financial in nature. I currently have a level of financial security that makes me comfortable to continue in the short term even without any additional income, but that obviously isn't going to last forever. There will be a point where I'll need to ask for more direct financial support, but I'm going to try and wait until I have a larger audience to push forward with that. If you do want to show your support in the short term, this channel does already have memberships enabled, which come with some perks like brief early access to new videos and a place in the credits of new videos for only $5 a month. My first game, The Top, is also just $5 on Steam if you'd rather not pay a subscription, and you get a whole game with that purchase. The more important result of me finishing school is that I no longer have that excuse I once had to avoid working on the channel. Because of this, I'm going to be pushing myself to treat this work as a full-time job, which means maintaining a consistent upload schedule along with putting time into game development. To start out, I'm going to be targeting a monthly upload schedule where I release something on the first weekend of every month. For the time being, I'm unsure of whether or not devlogs will be additional releases that aren't necessarily scheduled in place of that monthly release, but the base level of consistency I want to reach is either an essay or a devlog at least once a month. In terms of essays, I have a few ideas for videos similar to the level design video I made a few months ago, which I expect should be of a bit more interest to the audience that's following me for the design talk I go over in the devlogs. I'm still very interested in looking into and writing about stories in games, though that's only going to come along with the right inspiration, so that sort of analysis is going to continue to take a back seat. I'd also like to acknowledge the minor bit of rebranding I've done, as you may notice that the name of this channel has changed. Cheddar was the name I've used for any service it was available on for years now, but it has been holding me back as a piece of branding since I've been sharing the name with a far larger channel. Since I'm already putting my actual name on the Steam store page for my games, it's a no-brainer to use it for the channel as well. I really should have done this years ago, but it's still important to make this change sooner rather than later to reduce what impact it may have on my reach. But with all that out of the way, the only thing left to talk about is what's coming next for Blast Processed. Although I do like to keep some things as fun surprises, I am willing to reveal a bit about my plans. For now, the major overarching feature I'm targeting for the first update is a more robust set of practice tools for speedrunners, which will likely take the form of a cheat mode that you can enter a map with that disables replay recording and enables things like save states and other helpful tools. Of course, I'll also be adding maps in these major updates, though the only thing I'll say about my plans there is that I want to try deviating a bit from the gameplay of the main 5 maps, enough so that they'll probably be situated away from the main series in another menu. Thanks to the reception the game has received so far, and hopefully a more stringent work ethic, I think I have the motivation to get it all done before the end of the summer, but hopefully even sooner than that if all goes well. Apart from all that, I don't have any more updates to give. Thanks again for keeping up with the channel, and hopefully I'll have something new to show you soon.